We are live. Okay, so welcome everybody. Welcome. So welcome to this is the fourth Sacred Sunday spiritual service. We're very grateful to those of you that have attended before and some of our new followers. Welcome, thank you so much. And we're very honored today to be featuring our beloved sister Bonita for this portion of the service. Michael and I are very excited. We get very giddy that we get to open the space up as our love day, Sunday, blessing day, our way of the new church, or the new synagogue, or the new temple, however we call it, but just under the presence of the one. So sit back and relax. We're glad you have your tea. We're welcoming our live stream family also here that are with us, so we can all connect to this.
Thank you guys for taking this Sunday. We know it is a holiday weekend. We know school is starting. We know there's a lot happening. So we're very grateful and just appreciate for you to gather here, to spend this hour with us, because we look forward to this once a month. We know that we are here of service, and we are all here for the sacred mission together. So the more that we can support and just really bring our love together, the more we can shine and expand this out. So blessings to each of you for taking the time and just taking this energy.
So it's Labor Day weekend, and this Sunday, always I get excited on Sunday to do this. Part of it is because of the energy of grandfather's son. So we've gone through our work day, and it's been busy, and it's been just, sometimes very challenging in creating that balance. And then we have this day that's supposed to be off, but often we're not even off, right? Because we're still of service of some kind. Whether it's service to our children, whether it's service still to our families, whether it's service to some of the leftover work that has to be taken care of. But the energy of the grandfather's son, whether it's cloudy, a little overcast or not, it doesn't matter. It's a day where we can be with the inner sun, that inner solar light, that inner illumination, and just be in the presence of that vibration. So we can recharge before we go into the moon energy of Monday, where that's why Monday should really be off. Thank God as tomorrow is off for most workers, because the energy of the moon retracts, because you've been in the energy of the sun first. You're bathing, you're receiving, you're gathering, right? And then the moon day brings us back, because we have to come back in, expand that, and retract back in, so that we can be in that beautiful vibration of the presence of the natural state that we are. So Sunday, when we get to also be in the presence of this divine light, divine force with each other. Welcome, thank you for coming. Welcome, come in. And when we get to be with each other, and just in a short time, on this illumination of the solar sun within, and these solar discs that are within us, and embracing us, ourselves, embracing that which is here to constantly clear us. So the last couple of months we've talked about how challenging it's been, right? Can you raise a hand? Right? Hello, welcome. It's been something. So why? Because all these codes of light, all this gateways and stargates, the eclipses, the new moons, the full moons, they are shining. The moonlight, the sunlight inside of us. Deep within our core is expanding. It's coming out. So where it is it's shining, it's also revealing areas that are more contracted in us. Inside our bodies, inside our monads, inside our aspects, because all parts are coming back home. There's a homecoming. Can you feel that? Can you feel there's this coming home to the I am? This gathering is really focused around the I am. As you know, each month that we have it is bringing that I am. So this little self is merging with that big self. The little I and the big I are coming together and pass through the incredible 8-8 stargate, right? And we've come together in this space finally, where the bridge has taken place, where the prophecies of the Hopkins have talked about the rainbow bridge, which is between here and here, so that the rainbow people are coming forward, which is the full spectrum of our life. That means inside ourselves, that full illumination of our rainbow is radiating, right? And we're walking rainbow light. We know about our chakras, but we don't talk to our chakras much, do we? We don't really interact with it, or we haven't totally been taught how to clear up anything like that, because we've just been so dense in this borrowed expression, which is a very important temple, so divine can do its work. And we're coming back to this Sunday. It's a day of rest, day to be, day to just sit in the vibration of the fullness that which we are. But this weekend is even more important because we start this 9-1, this completion cycle in the whole month of September, right? And we're getting ready for the 9-9 gateway, closing, all these closures coming, all these endings taking place, right? Before we go into the fall equinox. And the fall equinox getting us ready. Constantly, the universal cooperation is here to guide us, to direct us, to support us in our beingness. Labor Day weekend, we've been of the labor, constantly working, right? Show me your hand. Working. I'm working. I am working. I am getting this done. I'm working. Right? But there's been a separation of humanity in remembering its true work. Who remembers what the true work is? You are a special guest. You're not laughing. Who else? And you are my partner. Anybody else? Anybody else?
Radiate love.
Thank you. The true work, the true labor is the labor of love. And it doesn't matter which setting it is. Whether you're a cash register, whether you're a dog walker, whether you're a babysitter, whether you're doing healing work, or whether you're creating art, whether you're picking up the trash, whether you're a doctor, whether you're a lawyer or lawmaker, it doesn't matter what that part is. The part before it is that coherence, which is the between the heartbeat space, where the love comes in all the cells and gives you the power, through the power of your flame, the sacred flame, rises up so you can serve. But you're still not serving. Divine, through your I am, is serving through you. So this emergence is coming together. And I had an exercise for us with these dollar bills. We wanted to just get it started right away, right? Because it's Labor Day. We got to change this energy because we're frustrated from working, right? This idea of work. And it's not like so much, what do I want to say? It's considered work because it's tied to a lot of frustration, right? How many of you feel that? Yeah? I don't really feel that because I feel this is like love. I don't, you know. But who is missing a dollar bill? You are. Okay. You, Bonita. He has it, and Michael and I. So these dollar bills, what we're gonna do, and if our live stream folks have dollar bill, put it out. We're gonna do something special with this. I was guided this morning to help shift certain vibrations in our lives, because this thing has had a huge power over us, hasn't it? This piece of paper has controlled us for not this lifetime, not previous lifetime, not the one before or the one before, like eons. Why this paper versus, can I have a piece of paper? Why this paper versus this paper has this much power over us? Why? Why are we leaking our sacred divine energy to have this or this control us, direct us, guide us, make us feel like crap, or lift us temporarily? What is that? What's happening inside? And what is this labor that we're putting so much into for as a slave just to get this so we can feel liberation? Isn't something funny with this? Right? A tree has turned and formed in a different format as become this or this. Everything in the universe flows and changes. But the source of its original source is in here. Isn't it time that we no longer have any of these have power over us? And we, from our divine power, tell it what to do? Can I get a hallelujah? Are you serious? Are you with me?
Yes.
Are you seriously? Like, it's so comical. Once we get into it, we're like, how quickly it's like, this thing, there's power over us. Isn't that insane? We're frightened to make decisions because of this. We're frightened to follow our passion, our heart because of this. It's a paper. It has just energy. It's an energy that's been borrowed from our family, from our ancestors, from governments, from institutions, from you name it, religious beliefs, everything is tapped into this. There's symbols and codes in here. But why are we giving our sacred divine power to this? It's time to shift it. That's what I feel today. So this labor day, comes from a labor of love instead. So let us stand up, dear. Yeah. So I'm going to take us through this, and then we hand it over to our beautiful, beloved, sacred guest teacher. And it's here, and then Michael will take over. You can take. You have sacred powers. You hold the highest vibration for us, so you're going to be right here with us. Thank you. So let us bring this, put in our hands. So many of you have come to our events. You know, we always have people take part in the blessings of it, transforming the money. Every time you touch this, through the power of your hands, when you bring love to it, you take part in transforming this energy in you, in your family, in the collective energy. To continue, bring blessings and power to it. Divine power, divine love into it. So that it begins working with you with ease and flow. Not it holding you prisoner. Yeah? Okay, so with that, let us go ahead and breathe in and breathe out. Let us breathe in the color of blue and breathe out the color of pink. And one more time, color of blue. And release through the color of pink. And I want you to continue to breathe in and breathe out. Close your eyes. Be right there. Deep breath in. Deep breath in. So we thank Divine Mother, Divine Father, we thank Primary Source, the great eternal light, the eternal force. We thank that pure flame inside our hearts. I want you to imagine a sacred flame so big inside your heart that is dazzling and delicious and gorgeous and amazing. Breathe in that beautiful flame right inside the center of your chest. And as you put this dollar bill against it, just hold it there. Hold it there, inviting it, welcoming it. So it is welcomed by the love you have inside. As we thank the heavenly realms, the beautiful ascended masters, the archangels, the angels, our guardians, our spirit guides. We thank the Elohim, the higher councils. We thank the Galactic Federation of Light, the councils of light, our star brothers and sisters. And we thank the beautiful Mother Earth underneath us as we firmly plant our feet on her belly. We thank her oceans and the seas and the rivers and the stream, the waterfalls, the little beautiful lakes and ponds, the canyons, the caves, the hilltops, the mountaintops, the incredible waterfalls, the trees and the beautiful Amazon and the jungle, the flowers, the incredible, beautiful, sacred animals, lions and the giraffes, elephants, whales and dolphins, the beautiful turtles, the squirrels, dogs and the cats, the owls and the goats, for us that are owls. We thank humanity, all its different expressions of divine. We thank ourselves being connected to all intelligence of this life, and particularly the crystal fields of Mother Earth, the dragons, the elves, the pixies, and the incredible team that is above and below and front and the back and to our left, to our right. And we bless this paper energy in its full expression of love as we ask Source Light to cover us and this expression with its holy essence, with its divine blessings. We ask it to transform all areas of our life that are blocked with this energy, so it too opens up in all areas. So only divine can serve itself through this mean of expression in this paper energy. We bring it love, we give it thanks, we give it gratitude as one vehicle in which allows us to play and serve. And through the service and the labor of love, we give it all of our gratitude. And from this point forward, every time, may this be just one expression, along with our light that we are, in its service and its expansion to wherever it goes. In gratitude that it no longer has power over us, that the divine has the power over it and is guiding us through it. And with that, we say, I am love.
I am love.
I am light.
I am light.
I am a divine expression of service.
I am a divine expression of service
To the light.
to the light,
For humanity.
for humanity,
And for myself.
and for myself.
All that I serve is with love.
All that I serve is with love.
All that I spend is with love.
All that I spend is with love.
God serves through me in this mean
God serves through me in this means
and transforms all energies to blessings.
and transforms all energies to blessings.
And it is so.
And it is so.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Aho.
Aho.
I'm blowing to it. And I want you to take this dollar, turn it to a person next to you, and bless it with all your love, and give each other everything. With your love. Gift each other, look at each other, gift each other, hug each other. If you like, more. Thank you so much. Let the energy just transmute. Pass on the love. It doesn't have hold over you. And keep this one in your altar. Right? So you're always blessed. You never pay anything with frustration. Because you're only going to create more of it. You only send everything with love. So it opens the door. So with that, thank you so much. You keep this. And may all of our labor be only a labor of love. Doesn't matter. And now we'll welcome our beautiful Bonita for her message of divine love with us. Have a seat. Come on over, Bonita. Okay.
And I'm going to be sitting on the floor today, and I'm going to set up my little electronics. First, it's by my it's crystals. This summer, like probably a number of people in here, I've been almost impossible to record. Like, I had to stop my weekly live streams completely. Because it would sound like there's 5 of me speaking a half second apart, or there would be audio but no video. Only the audio would sound weird, or there'd be video but no audio. So I'm taking no chances here, and mega recording even while Honey's doing this. This morning, I had an interesting experience. I woke up, and at 7 a.m., I thought I would do a little meditation to connect with my guides and sort of, get us all in resonance for today's adventure. And so I was sitting in my altar, meditate. It's 7 a.m. This is perfect. And then I did it. And when I came out, it was 9:30 a.m. and I was still in my pajamas. And I was and when I saw the clock, I was it was such a shock that I'm right here. Look at me. There we go. It was such a shock that I jumped out of my meditative state and divine connection too quickly and was hit with a massive migraine. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. There. So I'm like, oh my God, how long does it take to get to Honey and Michael's home? I haven't been here in a while. And I'm like, oh, and I'm like, well, this is the opposite. Here we go. Okay. I'm recording all kinds of stuff now. So I was in the opposite state of my intention and running around like a chicken on a rainy day. And so I pulled myself back in and I went on MapQuest. I'm like, okay, it's like a 25-minute drive. We're good, took a shower, got myself in the car, plenty of time. Went in my phone, did MapQuest with the address, which is saved in my, in my contacts. And I'm driving here, and then MapQuest is telling me to go some direction other than the way I always come here. I'm like, well, that's a little odd, but maybe there's like sometimes MapQuest will take you around a car accident. So I'm driving, and I'm at Honey's house, her former house.
No.
And I was like, why? And I looked at my contact, and your contact had changed from the apartment, which is what I always just do it from here to the old one. I'm like, that's weird. That I've never had an address switch in the contacts before, so I'm like, that's very weird. So then I was, suddenly in a panic again. I'm like, oh no, I just got back into divine alignment now. And it was like 11 minutes to time. So I'm like, oh wait, Honey emailed over, and I found it and I got here. So as I was driving here from Honey's house, old former house, I was thinking, my first thought was like the paranoia that I automatically jumped to of, there's someone out there trying to prevent my sacred word from getting through, all these stumbling blocks. And I'm like, no, let's get away from that and to what's going on. I'm like, okay, I brought in very powerful energy coming out of a crazy powerful summer where I couldn't even connect with technology without it going, and that's funny, I just saw the computer screen blink when I did that.
Yes.
And I'm coming to an incredibly powerful group of people in, a powerful place. Of course, technology is going to be like having a little trouble getting it together. So I'm like, this is wonderful. And with this realization, I went from, where I did not wish to be to in alignment with truth. And you can feel when truth resonates through your being. There's no one trying to stop the goodness. It's just the goodness is so good that poor little wires and the like cannot, resonate as well as we would appreciate. So I felt so good that then I opened up to my guides. I'm like, so what's going on? And I got this huge download of love that was just gorgeous. And I got a reminder that living within our sacred space is not about everything always being good and loving. It's about returning to your resonance in any time, situation, no matter what. Like as Honey was just saying, we have the ability to align ourselves with our love and our joy, with our purpose for being here, for radiating love, no matter what's going on. And it's just like being on our life path. You're on your life path, you have your challenges and everything you set up for life, and then you go off it, and then you come back and you go off. You always, the goal is to find your way back, not to stay on it and never adventure. And with this love that has been like winding back and forth with me today, I brought it back to resonance. And how perfect that at this moment, I can enjoy this resonance of love so much more even than if I had just stayed in it the whole time. How much I valued the fact that I'm coming here today to speak with all of you. And it just filled me with such joy that I was crying as I was pulling into your parking lot, into your community. Like, oh, this is great. I'm so happy. I'm running late and everything is perfect. So I want to thank you all for being here with us today. I think the reason I went into a short meditation this morning and was there for 2.5 hours is because there was a great deal of connection happening and a lot of love that wanted to come through me to all of you, which is, again, perfect. I would like to speak with you today about a subject that is actually, I'm writing a book about this now, and within 2 weeks, I'll have it available as a free ebook. So if we are not currently friends on like Facebook, please friend me, and feel welcome to please subscribe to my YouTube channel because there will be a lot there. But it's a book about healing your heart and then using your heart connection and your total body healing as a way to connect with the global mandalas and heal the planet. In my years of work, the one thing I've seen again and again is the very people who are the most sensitive and who send the most love out and healing out to others are often the people who absorb the most non-love and then feel maybe not as good about themselves as they should. So I have been talking with our Divine Mother, Gaia, and the Galactic Collective has a lot to say on the subject because they're sort of like the United Nations of all beings of everywhere. So, you know, they've all kind of dealt with this issue in the past. So the thing I wish to discuss and remind us is, as we are eternal beings of love and light, and as HoniB says, anytime we think of ourselves as less than that, we are dishonoring ourselves. And when we think of ourselves as such, we are resonating within the truth of ourselves. And that is, you know, a way to open ourselves up to be who and what we are. I often, when I work with students and clients, they'll say something like, oh yeah, no, I feel great, except I have a blocked chakra in my throat or my sacral or wherever. And so this is like an absolute, and we must work around that. I have issues I have to work on, so therefore my chakra is blocked, and that's just the way it is. And I understand this way of thinking. I have thought this way myself many times, but it's the opposite way of thinking. It's like we're looking in the mirror and we're seeing the reflection as reality as opposed to looking within and allowing reality to emanate out. So I have a technique I want to share with you about releasing blocked chakras with no Freudian self-abuse analyses and highly painful release. As we open our crown chakra, it is always equally important to open your root wider than your crown. There are many people who say, oh, I ignore my root so that my crown can be open. I like to be working in my upper chakras. If you work in your upper chakras, that energy comes in, and then where does it go? It either comes in and goes out immediately, or it comes in and then you get the spins and you get vertigo, or it comes in and you feel pressure or pain, or only a small amount comes in. So, and you blame your blocked chakra for it. Oh, bad blocked chakra. It's stopping me from being divine. But if you open your root wider than your crown, then all the beautiful divine essence flows through your being into earth, to our Pachamama, to all of the animals and the crystals and the tree roots and all the little grubs and divine worms, and down through all the rocks and granite into the core of our earth, which is that beautiful ball of molten fire, more intense than the sun. And in time, you know, you can even learn to let your root chakra spread through all of this. And then you have the entire planet and all beings supporting your energetic work. This is, you know, a wonderful, powerful way of being that allows your crown to open up wider and wider and wider until you are receiving enough energy to flow through you and heal the planet. It's a beautiful, audacious technique, and one that begins with realizing it's okay. You get to do this. You don't have to be Jesus or Muhammad or Mother Teresa to do this. We, each and every one of us on the planet, has the ability to heal and to flow and to love in this way. no matter how human or flawed we are, or what baggage from childhood we are carrying. So unless I'm doing like a chakra alignment meditation, if I'm just doing a let's open up for spirit journey, I will generally start with relaxing your feet and let the energy flow and relax your crown. And we go through a just short, like 2-minute process of widening the root, not through your effort, but just like in a mindfulness meditation and allowing it to widen on its own, because we don't need to micro control divine energy.
Would that be an experience they can have? Because they have like 5 minutes. Can they do that?
Yes, we'll
Okay.
do this.
Okay, perfect.
And then the further we relax and widen our root, the further our crown will automatically relax. And then as the energy is flowing through you, all the chakras just get washed through. And then you're like, oh, look, I don't have any blocked chakras. It's okay. From this, and you're right, 5 minutes. From this, you can connect with whatever you wish to connect with great ease and comfort. So yes, let's do this meditation. Everyone just be comfortable however you are. Breathe in however you wish to breathe. You know, through your nose, in and out, the way the South American shamanic breath, through your nose in and your mouth out, your mouth in and out. You know, the amazing thing about our bodies is our bodies know how to breathe without our managing it. If you invite your body to breathe as it wishes, you may find that your natural way of breathing for this moment is not the way you feel you should be dictating. And that's okay. That's just your body letting you know what energy it resonates with at the moment. So breathe in and fill your body with the blessed oxygen. The wonderful thing about breath is all the oxygen that goes in through your lungs ends up connecting not just through the pit of your belly, but it goes into your bloodstream, and every molecule of blood has within it an oxygen receptor. And as that blood flows through your body into your heart, and then it's pumped through all the veins and arteries, eventually to all your organs and flesh, every single molecule is infused with this breath that you're bringing in. And every breath you release is being sent all the toxins and the debris that your body is ready to release. So breathing deeply is one of the most revitalizing elements that you can do for your body. So breathe in and give your feet permission to relax. Invite them to just feel like pools are just flowing around them. The energy can just spread out however it wishes, like roots of a tree, or like the base of a waterfall, or just like molasses flowing out. You don't need to manage or control. Just allow the energy to flow of its own accord. And you'll notice as your feet relax, the top of your head automatically reacts as well. I'm feeling a little light and airy and tingly. It is ready to relax and open on its own. You may feel like it's becoming porous, or like it's just expanding wider and wider. You may feel like it's just sort of becoming light and sparkly. The top of your head will just respond of its own. And as the top of your head relaxes, you will feel your root chakra respond by becoming even wider and flowing further around. If you feel any pain or pressure or discomfort, acknowledge it and allow it to release on its own. without any management of your side. Everyone and everything appreciates being acknowledged and recognized. But they can take care of themselves. And you'll notice as the top of your head becomes very light, your crown is opening, and your feet are flowing, your root is spreading. That the energy is flowing through your being like a waterfall, like a river flowing down a mountainside. And you'll notice if there are any blocks or debris, the energy just flows over it or around it or picks it up and carries it away. Just as a river flowing down a mountain, when it reaches a boulder, what does it do? It flows over it or around it. And eventually, over time, that boulder gets flowing down the river and the river widens further. So take a moment and just breathe and allow your energy to flow. Allow your energy to take care of everything that's within you. If you wish, you can even be in this flow yourself, one with your energy flow. Breathe in again. Resonate. And when you are ready, allow yourself to return to this time and this space. You are welcome to bring this energy with you. You might wish to wiggle your fingers or toes a little bit to help you bring your ethereal to the physical.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Bonita. Thank you so much. What a powerful message. We're in the, we have these moments and then, we rush through them and you hear it still goes on, right? Just able to still come from this place and just share the love and let us think and experience together. It doesn't matter. It still gets done. That's the beautiful gift. Thank you so much, Bonita. Thank you so much. Thank you. And for those of you that don't know, Bonita is a huge instrument between Michael and I coming together when Michael and I first met. So she's a very, very dear sister of our hearts for our energies coming together. So Michael, share from you.
Thank you, Bonita. Thank you guys for all being here. It's interesting as we hear today of the service, the love, and what Bonita spoke about, the power within us. So, as usual, when I wake up, I feel what's coming through me, but I also like to listen to the messages that are coming forth and to engage in those messages and also embark in the remembrance to each and every one of you. So, this weekend is Labor Day. This is where we honor the service of work, as Honey elegantly expressed. One thing I would like to bring forward is to honor the service of ourselves. The service that we place within our heart to our well-being. It's interesting because this week we went to an amazing museum. We saw the Great Mystery, and we were just endowed with so much science, so much math, so much great mystery of the energy that's before us. And so, as I was thinking about service, isn't it interesting how much we serve outward? Yet, how much are we actually serving inward? So when we went to this museum, it was interesting. We saw this
The Visionary Art Museum.
The Visionary Art Museum in Baltimore. We saw great sculptures. We saw amazing levels of science. And I'm sure in school we learned A squared plus B squared equals C squared, but E equals mc squared, Einstein's theory. Isn't it simple when we look inward, how much energy are we extending outward versus how much energy are we cultivating inward? As we want to love and express, because we know we're here as an expression of love. We're here to serve that love. But we also have to remember to serve that love. We have to serve ourselves first, which seems somewhat guilty, selfish, a bit strange. I know as mothers and husbands and wives, how do we put ourselves first without thinking a little, this is a bit strange. Because when we put everything before us, are we working in a sense of a bit deficient, a bit emptiness, because we want to express as much as possible. Yet when we place all that energy within us first, we just imagine we fill up that love, that light of who we are, don't we expand that energy out tenfold? Aren't we actually serving at a higher expression of our fullest truth when we place ourselves first and fill up the tank? Because if we're driving around on empty, trying to help everyone before us, then are we actually serving from our fullest potential? It seems so easy, so simple yet complex, because what do we do when we wake up every day? What's the first thing we think when we have to go out? What responsibility, what job, what thing we have to take care of? Yet, if we take the time, as Honey and I do every single day, just to go within and serve ourselves. Because within, there's that infinite power. And I'm pretty darn excited during these times now, because you know what's happening? We are changing and shifting and transforming to the highest degree right now. Being tested, purging out, but really coming into contact with our highest innate gifts right now. And that requires our service and acknowledgement to that divine within us, because it's within our DNA, it's within our blood, it's within us. We just have to remember how to honor and value as spirit honors and values that's within us. We have to remember how to respect ourselves the same way the divine and spirit respects us. We have to remember how to love ourselves the same way the divine and spirit loves us. It's out there. It's waiting. It's just remembering. It's already within. And I know that mental mind wants to think, oh, Jesus, I'm not loving myself. I'm not valuing myself. I'm not honoring myself. I'm such a bad person. I'm horrible. It's okay. Because look what times we're living. It's just a remembrance to bring forth. The mind's thinking, how do I do this? How do I start to put myself first without feeling guilty? We just start with loving yourselves, honoring yourselves, valuing yourselves, simply by bringing that forward in the priority. If it's 5 minutes in the day, if it's before we go to bed, if it's sitting at a traffic light and just placing your hands over your heart and saying, I am valued.
Oh, you did.
So let's all rise up. So this honey sees 5 steps ahead. She sees what's coming.
But we don't prepare ever with this. We just
kinda go
come whatever.
We know what the I am. We're empowering ourselves, and we're very powerful people. So as we continue this self-love, this empowerment that brings forth the service, because to serve ourselves is the highest service we can give outward, because that comes from an infinite place within. So let's place our hands directly over. And when you say this, I want you to get into like actor mode, actress mode. I want you to just feel it. Like really feel it. Pretend, visualize, play with it. Because when we vibrate this, we ignite this within every cell. So let's close our eyes. I am valuable.
I am valuable.
I am worthy.
I am worthy.
I am honored.
I am honored.
I am loved.
I am loved.
I am accepted.
I am accepted.
I am illuminated.
I am illuminated.
I am awakened.
I am awakened.
I am loved.
I am loved.
I am grateful.
I am grateful.
I am beauty.
I am beauty.
I am magnificent.
I am magnificent.
I am delicious.
I am delicious.
I am happy.
I am happy.
I am joyful.
I am joyful.
I am excited.
I am excited.
I am bedazzled.
I am dazzled.
I am enthusiastic.
I am enthusiastic.
I am that I am.
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 Just breathe. As your eyes are closed, just stay right where you are as I will offer this decree with your eyes closed. I now open myself to the river of love that lays deep within my heart. Let love flow endlessly. I now open myself to the river of life that lays within my heart. Let life flow endlessly. Breathe in. I now open myself to the river of light that lays within my heart. Let light flow endlessly. Let's breathe into that. I now open myself to the river of peace that lays within my heart. Let peace flow endlessly. Let's breathe into that. I now open myself to the river of joy that lays within my heart. Let love, let joy
flow endlessly. Breathe into that, please. I now open myself to the river of abundance that lays within my life, within my heart, within my essence. Let abundance flow endlessly, ready to project infinite grace and gifts upon my daily life, now and forever. Breathe into that. I now open myself to the river of violet flame that will purify me through my ascension. Dear O universe, I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. Repeat after me. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. And so it is. We thank this moment, we thank this now, we thank the grace of Divine's love in its full expression in our cells, in our molecules, in our neurotransmitters, in our vibratory consciousness, and the depth of the beautiful, beautiful atomic structure in which we are made of. From that spark of divine love, may love flow through us, guide us, help us, and see through its perfect lens each and every day. Let us breathe into that. And I want you to bring these hand hearts, and I want you to hold yourself, hug yourself. Come on. Let's give yourself a big hug with honoring the I am that I am, honoring the beloved that I am, honoring the love that I am. That is within me. And I want you to really just beautiful ending with the beautiful 7. I love you, to you, to the big you, to the divine you that you may have not said today. So let us say together, I love you. 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 And let us bring our hands together, dear hearts. Let's form our circle of life. Come on over. Let's put Bonita in there too, please. Come on, you got to that's okay. And we go with the I, that is the seer of all, is connected to all. So one part is I love you. You have to love you the way Divine loves you. Yeshua had said that in order for you to serve completely, you must love you all the way. And in loving you, you love the others in the same way. Loving me is loving we. And that's how we serve and give. So with that, let us say, I love we. I love me. And I love we. Okay, here we go. I love me. I love we. I love me. And I love we. I love me. And I love we. I love me. I love we. I love me. I love we. I love me. I love we. I am me. I am we. I am me. I am we. I am. Do you want to repeat it again? Yeah. Okay, here we go. I am me. What did I say? I am me. I am. Oh my gosh. I am. Okay. I wasn't here. Okay, go ahead and say it. I follow. I am me. I am we. I am me. I am we. I am me. I am This is what happens when you're in a channel. You don't know what just happened. And so it is. One of the things we haven't done before as we close this up, we like to thank the many hands that come together. I have this vision of one day around Earth, although the planets are, our continents are, some of them are far apart, but we form a hand like this all across the continents, like all the borderlines one day. It can happen. I keep holding that vision because it takes this to make things happen here on Earth. For those of us that have traveled to this planet to serve and share our love, share our light. So with that, let us thank each other, passing a kiss, how to pass around. So these hands are the hands of God that are doing the work. Yeah. We're going to go ahead and pass it on. Yeah, hands up. There's no stranger. We're weak, right? That's right. These hands. These hands. And we kiss these hands of the sacred divine feminine that's holding it, right? Yeah. And we're going to seal it the other way, the sacred divine masculine. So unity and honoring each other. This seal of light. There you go, Chris is maximizing that. It passes around. Isn't it beautiful? Shouldn't all endings end with kisses?
Yes.
Yeah. Isn't that giddy and that beautiful? And those of you that are live stream, hold someone's hand and just close it or kiss your own. Thank you. It takes a lot of hands, and maybe see each other with the hands of the mind. Thank you so much, Bonita. Thank you for you guys and your team and the beautiful meditation. Thank you, my love. And thank you all of you that came and some of our new guests. We're so grateful. We'll be having Ashley and Jim from Woven Green in end of October as our next sacred special guest. And then we finalize November 25th at Thanksgiving. We have Ariel with ChristConsciousness as our guest. And we end this 2018, this master year with Phil Tavolachi and Tabu Total Health. So each having their own message of the one that is here to be shared. And what's so important, what you take from here, just when you help by this meditation, you go out and share it with others. So we have a list of so many ways we've posted on each of the events, 55 ways to just keep the love moving forward. Because if you just take it and you don't share it, you block that energy with you. It has to be shared. Love has to be shared. You can't own it. You have to flow with it. It's not something you can contain ever. You explode. You have to just constantly, like a river, flow. So thank you so much. Make sure you end the circle with your hugs too, and gratitude, for coming and making this happen, and deep gratitude for all the energy that comes together, where we're nourished, we're held. I mean, you take your dollar bills and just extend so much love and joy to it at your altar. So you take part in the transformation energy for you totally, and the collective agreement. Because soon as I've talked about this, that's not going to be the currency. The ray of light that you're representing is going to be your highest vibration of currency, and that's how we exchange. So we might as well get started. And thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, my love.
And thank you, Facebook family. So much love to all of you. Thank you so much for all of you for joining. I hope.